Is Kizza Besigye the most persecuted politician in Africa? For over 2 decades, Dr. Kizza Besigye has been the unyielding thorn in President Yoweri Museveni's side. But if recent events are anything to go by, Uganda's veteran opposition leader is now battling what could be the most brutal crackdown of his political career.
What can you say following after seeing your clients?
The latest images and videos circulating online paint a grim picture. Besigye, once a vibrant political warrior, now a frail shadow of himself. His face gaunt, cheekbones jutting sharply beneath his dark skin, and his eyes, once filled with defiance, now sunken and hollow. The reason? A hunger strike inside a Ugandan military prison, where he is protesting his illegal detention. When he was finally brought before the court, the sight was too much to bear, even for his own legal team, hardened by years of battling Uganda's oppressive regime, broke down in tears.
What can you say following after seeing your clients what can you say? And why have you decided to put that application in this court?
Well, first of all, the situation is really devastating to us. You can see what is happening to Dr. Besigye. You know him. He's a very strong man. But you could tell from his appearance today, all is not well. Any keen observer, you know how Dr. Besigye is strong he is. You know him very well. To be in that kind of state.
The former military officer and one time a personal doctor to President Yoweri Museveni now looked more like a prisoner of war than a political detainee. Weak, helpless, and sandwiched between heavily armed soldiers like a high-profile war criminal. For days, images and videos of Besigye's deteriorating state have gone viral, fueling public outrage. Netizens across East Africa have rallied behind him, demanding his immediate release. Yet, Ugandan government remains unmoved. Even more alarming are the chilling statements from Uganda's first son and military boss, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, whose tweets, rather than offering any hope of Besigye's release, Muhoozi doubled down with the chilling and almost dystopian tweets.
Completed a commissioning course like this one.
Instead of addressing the outcry, Muhoozi has resorted to a grotesque display of mockery and menace. In one tweet he wrote, "Let Ugandans decide Besigye's fate. Those who want us to forgive him, retweet. Those who want him hanged, like." In another, he brazenly asked, "Besigye has not yet died." And just when the world thought it couldn't get any worse, Muhoozi dropped the most chilling declaration yet. "I'm going to hang him. I will also hang anyone who tries to save him." Though he didn't explicitly name Besigye, Ugandans quickly connected the dots. The sheer brazenness of these statements sent chills down the spines of even the most hardened observers. Was this bravado, a twisted joke, or a real death threat veiled in social media theatrics? Either way, it was clear Besigye is a marked man.
It's not a prison.
Yes, I understand.
So you cannot tell me to go there. You cannot force me to stay at home. Absolutely not.
Besigye is no stranger to state persecution. He has been arrested, tortured, tear-gassed, and even shot at. But why does the Museveni regime seem to hate him with such intensity? Muhoozi's latest justification for Besigye's continued persecution is even more bizarre. According to Muhoozi, Besigye is hated because he once plotted to assassinate Museveni while serving as his doctor and army officer. But all of you remember Besigye wanted to kill my father amongst the Bachwezi. That is the worst crime. I must protect my father, he tweeted. Whether this claim has any merit or is just another fabricated excuse to silence a political rival remains unclear. But what is certain right here is that Besigye is paying the ultimate price for his defiance.
Right now, Dr. Besigye is in the hands of prisons authorities who have no capacity to take care of his life. Those doctors in Luzira cannot manage his life. And it's a right guaranteed under the Constitution. For heaven's sake, one wouldn't want to try a dead person because practically it's impossible.
Besigye's current ordeal didn't start in Uganda. In a shocking violation of international law, he was abducted while in Kenya, attending Mother Karua's book launch. Reports suggest that Ugandan and Kenya intelligence operatives worked together to lure him into a meeting where he was seized by individuals posing as Kenyan security agents. From there, he was whisked to the Malaba border, transferred into a Ugandan registered vehicle, and driven straight into the hands of the Ugandan military. No formal extradition, no legal process, just a blatant, lawless rendition. He was charged with possession of pistols and attempting to purchase weapons abroad, allegations that he has strongly denied. More disturbing is that he is being tried in a military court, a direct violation of a Ugandan Supreme Court ruling that bars civilians from military trials.
Are you advising or making a ruling? I've been a judge advocate just like you, and you advise you don't make a ruling.
I have advised. Now you proceed, but we don't want the name tribunal in this court.
Mr. Chairman, the last time we adjourned was so that you could give time for me to get a practicing certificate. I now want to let you know that you and members know that I do have a practicing certificate, which was issued to me this morning, to also indicate that the last 2 times we have been in court, because this is the 3rd time.
We are ready here, and they have our instructions to represent us.
But in Museveni's Uganda, the law is only as good as those willing to enforce it. As days pass with no signs of his release, East Africans are growing restless. Kenyans, known for their digital activism, have taken the lead in demanding Besigye's freedom. There are even murmurs of cross-border protests, with activists threatening to take to the streets if Uganda does not release him.